Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, I have a different type of video than what I normally do. So it's not like a review video, it's not a Dollar Tree haul or DIY or anything like that. It's something I've been thinking about doing for a while because I'm interested to know if this theory is correct or not. Basically, what I'm going to do is be testing out two makeup brands that are supposed to be almost the same, if not the exact same. Okay, so how many of you guys remember Shop Hush? ShopHush.com. Basically, Shop Hush had many brands that they sold on there, and they went out of business. So when they went out of business, all of their two big brands that were on there, like, Bad Habit and Face Candy, they are no longer in business. Like, their palettes have been discontinued, all that other good stuff. But when Bad Habit and Face Candy became defunct, Shop Alter Ego became a thing. And I heard somewhere, I don't remember where, I couldn't find it online either, I heard somewhere that Shop Alter Ego bought out Bad Habit's formula for eyeshadow. And if you guys had never tried Shop Hush, like Bad Habit's eyeshadows are amazing. Most of the makeup I have is from Bad Habit or Face Candy because I bought it all when they were going out of sale on clearance, you know? Cheap makeup channel likes cheap makeup. So basically, what I want to do is compare palettes that are from the different companies. They're not the same palette. They are not dupes for the same palette, but they're dupes for the same brand of palettes. Does that make sense? I think it'll make more sense once I get started. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so in hopes that this will help make more sense of what I'm thinking about doing or what I'm hoping to do, this is the Bad Habit Aphrodite palette. It is a dupe, I believe, for the Desert Dusk palette by Huda Beauty. So this palette is no longer in existence. Like, you can't buy it anymore off of any website except for, like, Poshmark or Mercari, something like that. It's concealer. Put it back. Don't touch that. And then we have, this is the Daydream palette by Shop Alter Ego, and this is a dupe for Huda Beauty's The New Nudes palette. And so what I want to see is, these are both dupes for Huda palettes, right? They're both dupes for Huda palettes. What I want to see is if Shop or Alter Ego's formula is similar to Bad Habits. Like, are they sister companies? Did Bad Habit just rebrand itself into this? So that's what I want to see. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is basically on my left eye, I'm going to use the Bad Habit palettes because I'm going to do this for a couple different ones. And then on my right eye, I'm going to be doing the Shop Alter Ego palettes. So I think that makes more sense now. And with that being said, I am going to get started. Okay, so basically what I've done at this point is I took my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer and I put that on my eyelids, and then I set it with some loose setting powder as a primer. And starting out, I am going to go in with the Aphrodite palette by Bad Habit, which, again, I don't know exactly which Huda Desert palette this is, but it's either like Rose Gold or Desert Dusk. I think it's Rose Gold. It was basically like, I want to see our Bad Habit and Daydream, like, or Bad Habit and Alter Ego, like, sister companies, or did Bad Habit rebrand itself as Shop Alter Ego? Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a crease brush, and I'm going to put down some color in my crease. So, for my crease color, I'm going to go in with Blushing, which is this shade right here. Not the one by my brush, but this one right here. And I'm just going to put that in my crease. So, yeah, this side. There's color there. So that shade isn't super pigmented. So this formula so far for this first color is kind of powdery. That's what it looks like. It does show up really well, and it does blend like super well. It blends in really nicely. Okay, so I'm good with that. The next, what do I want to do? The next color I'm going to go in with is, actually I'm probably going to try and deepen up the crease. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to take that same crease brush that I just used, and I'm going to go in to Seduction. No, we're going to go in with Passion, which is this one right here. And I'm just going to put that in a little bit underneath this color, or like on top of, but underneath. Okay, and try and blend those together. What time are we at? 3 something. Okay, so taking that same crease brush. Now Passion. Okay, so see. You see what I mean? Like, by it's kind of powdery. I mean, the brush is completely coated, but it's got fluff off. So.
If you have like 20 canvas paintings that are on your room.
There it is. Okay. So there is that one. Blend it in. And you guys, as a disclaimer, before I get any further into this, I am not a makeup artist. I am not in any way, shape, or form even remotely associated with any sort of cosmetics industry certification. None of that. I'm just somebody who really, really likes makeup, and I'm curious to find out about Bad Habit versus Shop Alter Ego, just because Bad Habit is one of my favorite makeup brands. Like, I go all out to try and find any palettes that I don't have of theirs, just because I really do love them that much. Okay, so there's that. And then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to just go in now to Jealousy, which is this color right here, and I'm going to put that on like my outer part of the eye. with a shadow brush. Yeah, okay. Can you see that? All that fluff off in the pan? So Bad Habit has got some very powdery shadows, which is fine. Like, I mean, it's eyeshadow and it is a powder, so I'm guessing it is supposed to be powdery, but you know, something to compare it to when.
Where'd you get this cup?
Birthday, my 18th birthday. Okay. That is jealousy, passion, and blushing on my eye. I don't think you can really see blushing, so I'm gonna go into blushing again and kind of just like blend everything together. Okay. So there is the Bad Habit eye for the most part. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in to Tease, which is like this pretty champagne-y pink shimmer shade right there. And I'm going to put that on my lid. So there's that. And then okay, so now the Bad Habit eye is done. So there's that. So final thoughts on like this Bad Habit dupe of a Huda Beauty palette is that this one is a little bit powdery, but it blends really well. They're all really pigmented, and if we look at Adobe, which is this shade right here, this is actually like a chunky glitter. Like, you would need a glitter glue for that, and I don't have any, which is why I don't use that color. Okay, so there is that eye. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Daydream palette, which is by Shop Alter Ego. This is still a Huda Beauty dupe palette, so I guess that's like the whole point of this video, is to compare like the brand dupes next to each other across brands. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll explain it better later, I think. I hope. I don't know. But this is what the palette looks like. And I've never used this one before, but the first thing I notice is that Cloud9, Star-Crossed Fairy Tale, and Dreamer. And this palette is currently available. You can purchase this off of shopalterego.com, whereas with the Bad Habit one, you cannot. They're no longer in business. But, so, this shade right here, and then these three are all very similar in consistency to that one. So, yeah, it's like a loose glitter almost. Like, you would need a glitter glue. And then Cosmos, this shade right here, that is like straight up glitter. So do you see how those three are very like similar in texture? These two are from the Daydream palette. This one is from Bad Habit. So I definitely think that these are the same. Like the same texture, probably the same formula. And then this one is Cosmos. Holy cow. That is a chunky glitter. Like, that is scratchy. I'd be kind of scared to put that on my eye, to be honest. Okay. But let's get down to, like, the formula part of it now. So what I'm going to do is I have another crease brush. This one is clean. I'm going to go in with Bubbly, which is the shade right here. Yeah, see, there's still fluff. And I'm using the same brand of brushes. There's still fluff off like there was in the other palette. Did you see that? So... Okay, so there's Bubbly on that eye. I don't know. Is that even visible? I mean, it's there. I can feel it. I just think it's so light that it's not visible. Well, excuse me. So to deepen up the crease a little bit, I think I'm gonna go in with Sunset, which is this brown shade right here, with the same crease brush. Look. There's definitely like the same level of kickback. Like I said, these are two totally different color schemes and palettes. Can you see that?
Hold on!
Can you see that, like, a little bit? It's there. These blend very similarly, like, if not the same. Like, these feel the same on my eyes. I think other than, like, the fact that they're two totally different color schemes palettes, like, they blend the same way. Okay, so, because that is, like, a nice, subtle kind of color, do I want to deepen it up more? I think I do. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Enchanted, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to take that and, like, specifically deepen up, like, this outer portion here with a eyeshadow brush. Do you guys remember how it kicked back in the Bad Habit palette? Look, it does the same thing. even in like similar quantities of kickback, I guess. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. You guys see that? Does that help, like, at all? I don't know. Because it's there. The pigment is definitely there. I just think because it's a nudes palette, it's not as, like, psychotically bright as that one is. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do for, like, this eye look is I'm going to take my finger and go into... okay, I kind of want to do Fairy Tale, which is the shade... Yes, those. Thank you so much. Is the shade right here. Connie just brought me something, sorry. And I'm just going to use my finger, put that on my lid. Oh, wow. 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 Okay, so there is that look, and this eye is the, let me bring you a little bit closer. So that eye is the Shop Alter Ego eye versus the Bad Habit eye. Okay, so final thoughts on whether or not Bad Habit and Shop Alter Ego are sister companies, or like maybe Shop Alter Ego is Bad Habit rebranded. I think if you were to take Bad Habit, if they had made a palette, if Huda Beauty had made the new nudes before Bad Habit had gone out of business and they'd been able to make a dupe for it, I definitely think Daydream would be a dupe for Bad Habit. Like, I think Daydream would be the Bad Habit palette. In my opinion, I think that these two formulas, like, because, I mean, they're different color schemes, so they look completely different, so maybe it doesn't make sense, like, but I definitely think that Shop Alter Ego probably bought out Bad Habit, or is Bad Habit rebranded? Because, like, ignore the rest of my face. I know it's like an open pore again. I apologize. But I think that they blended the same way. The glitters are, well, okay, this one's like a shimmery shade, but this, like, the glitters in them perform the same. The blendability is the same. I think the pigmentation levels are the same. I definitely think they're either sister companies or Shop Alter Ego bought out Bad Habits formula. That's what I think happened. So, if you guys, basically, the whole point of this video was Bad Habit is probably one of, if not because Jeffree Star is probably like my favorite, but one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas ever. Shop Alter Ego, in my opinion, I think is the same formula. I think Shop Alter Ego is probably just Bad Habit rebranded. I love how both of these eyes look, and the fact that like this eye is brighter than this. I love them, so I definitely think that Shop Alter Ego is Bad Habit rebranded, which means if you guys loved Bad Habit's formula, I think you are definitely going to like if you love Bad Habit's Huda Beauty dupes like this, or the Athena palette, I think you're definitely gonna love their dupes for Shop Alter Ego's dupes for Huda Beauty. So I think this video makes sense. I'm not sure if it makes sense to anybody but me. Basically, I wanted to test a theory, like the fact that Shop Alter Ego bought out Bad Habit. That's basically what I wanted to test and see. If you guys want to see like other dupe palettes, I do have other palettes by both brands. Like I have, what is this one? Not that one. I have a Natasha Denona palette dupe from Shop Alter Ego. I have one from, that's not it. That's also not it. Dang it. I have one that is a dupe from Bad Habit for another Natasha Denona palette. I have this palette, which is supposed to be a dupe for ABH. I have this palette, which I know is a dupe for ABH. This one's Bad Habit. Shop Alter Ego. Is this starting to make sense yet? I don't know. We're at the end of the video, you guys. So if you like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up. If it makes sense, let me know that it makes sense to somebody other than myself. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and leave this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!